This Saints Report is brought to you by Capital One Bank, proud partner of Cox Sports Television, and by Louisiana Cat, your statewide Caterpillar dealer.
Well, an eventful weekend for the Saints here in Canton comes to a close. We appreciate Drew Brees joining us. Let's get to the game first. One and only drive, 4 of 5. A lot of guys touched the football. A solid drive for the ones, huh?
Yeah, that's what we wanted. We wanted to get a lot of guys involved, just get them their touches, try to get them a little bit of rhythm. I mean, even though it's just one drive and it was 10 plays, but we got a lot of guys involved. Offensive line did a great job up front. I felt like the run game was extremely solid. Came up with a couple of big plays there. Obviously, the touchdown at the end. But, we wanted to look sharp. We always do. Had a plan for this game in regards to just, hey, wanting to come out one series and let's get it done, and we did.
You haven't worked out with this team in the offseason, but you look great in camp. You look great in this game. I mean, just talk about where your mindset is in terms of continuity with this offense right now.
Yeah. Well, I'm lucky that, we've got a lot of the same guys, so when you look at our receiving core, our core guys, Lance Moore, Devery Henderson, Marcus Colston, we've been together for 6 years. So we have a lot of time on task together. Jimmy Graham, he's hard to miss, he's such a big target, but obviously the year that we came off of last year, very much feel like we're on the same page and continuing to progress and get better there. All the running backs, they're workhorses. I know what to expect out of them every time out. Offensive line, everybody's the same except for Ben Grubbs, and got to know him very quickly. He's just one of these solid, tough guys who can do, everything. Run game, pass game. Man, he's smart. Just fun, great to be around. Fits in perfect with those guys up front, and he's a great addition. So I'm excited to watch this offense come together. People like to say, hey, you're just going to pick up where you left off. It's never like that. You're always kind of starting over when you get to camp. And I think the mindset has to be that way, that, hey, we're going to get a little bit better each day. We're going to, install that, our core offense. We've got some new wrinkles from the offseason, and as we get going through the preseason, and, let's see how good we can be.
Drew, speaking of continuity, so many changes this offseason with Sean. You have Joe Vitt on the sidelines. How was it on the sidelines? I mean, the first game without Sean, in the stadium.
Yeah. You know what? I think it went off without a hitch. I think we've prepared for this. We've planned for this. Joe Vitt is it's not a surprise to see Joe Vitt get up in front of the team and say something. Because that's been part of his role as assistant head coach here over the last 6 years. So that's not out of the ordinary. We're used to hearing his voice. We're used to feeling his intensity. Pete Carmichael, I'm used to hearing his voice in the helmet. He called plays for the whole last half of the season last year and did a phenomenal job. I think, we're used to just our manner of business. And obviously we miss Sean greatly. But we have to continue to progress, continue to get better, with whoever it is that we have, in that locker room. And obviously you just want to get a little bit better each day.
Speaking of Sean, you had a chance to visit with him, albeit briefly, before you saw Willie Rowe speak. Did you anticipate that meeting, and how was that meeting?
I heard that obviously he was going to be here, and he was going to have a chance to just say hello to the team at the induction ceremony. Really didn't know what to expect. I was just glad I had a chance to, give him a hug and, tell him we missed him, and, saw Connor, his son Connor's getting big, playing tight end for his football team. And as I understand it, Sean's going to be calling the plays for his football team. So it's not like he's, totally out of it. He's going to be calling plays for somebody. But, no, it was just great to, see him. And he looks like he's, doing well and hanging in there, albeit the circumstances. Obviously, we were here to really celebrate a great occasion. And, Willie Rowe getting inducted in the Hall of Fame, Cortez Kennedy, and the other great players we got to see. So this was a great experience for anybody who loves the game of football.
Finally, you stay on the road. You're leaving Ohio. You go to Boston. You're going to practice with the Patriots. I know this worked well a few years back. What are you anticipating to get out of it this year, too?
Well, they're a great team. They're a talented team. I think you just know that they've got a track record for being a team that knows how to prepare. Knows how to practice, knows how to play. Very well coached, very well disciplined. I think that's great for our football team to see the way they work, the way they operate, to practice, compete against them. Go up against some personnel that you're not familiar with and a scheme that you're not familiar with. So all those things that make it fun and competitive, kind of break up the monotony of camp. and then you turn around and play them, you know, on Thursday night after practicing against them for 2 days. So I think this will be good for our football team. You know, see how we stack up against one of the league's elite teams.
I think this is our first interview ever in front of a brick wall.
Yeah.
Good to have you for the 6th season with CST, and we'll see you next game.
Yeah, look forward to it. Thank you.
All right, Drew Brees here in Canton. I'm Mike Nabors with your CST Saints Training Camp Report.